Hey everyone, at the end of each year, I like to take a bit of time to reflect on all I've accomplished and think about how I can improve and better myself as a human moving forward. Alright, now that that's done, let's talk about YouTube Rewind. YouTube Rewind, a 12-year-old's probably shown this to their parents. In the wake of what was a very interesting rewind for 2019, I thought it would be interesting to take a look back at all the rewinds of YouTube past and make a retrospective of sorts to see just what makes a rewind good, bad, or 2019. The first Rewind ever came out in 2010, and funny enough, it's more similar to Rewind 2019 than anything else. Yeah, the video's just a minute 25 seconds in total, and is a compilation of the top 10 most viewed videos of that year. So in other words, it's boring. In 2011, Rewind was still finding itself, but clearly YouTube wanted to do something bigger than last year, so they had Rebecca Black stand in an empty room.
A very special event.
Yeah, something about this intro just feels awkward. It's like they just forced their biggest viral star to tell you how great YouTube is, and then oh look, Ray William Johnson. The rest of the video is just another top 10 list, and I'll give YouTube credit, they clearly put more effort into this, and they even featured a mashup of some of the year's most popular songs, which became a staple of the series moving forward. But when the highlights of your year includes a Volkswagen commercial, I'm sorry, it's just not that exciting. On top of that, over half of the list is just music videos, and then Rebecca Black's detached voice thanks you for watching, this is what I'll hear when I die.
Thank you to all who watched, uploaded, and made YouTube so special this year.
After Rewind finished puberty, 2012 is where it feels like the real YouTube Rewind tradition started and became an actual noteworthy thing, and you can see that by the fact that it has 180 million more views than anything that came before it. I think this video really captures how far YouTube had come over the years, going from just some kids making videos to a worldwide platform capable of making massive productions and equals 3. The video is just a fun celebration of all the biggest YouTubers and viral videos of the year, and it is really nostalgic to look back on today. I mean, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't say watching Annoying Orange sing Gangnam Style is my ideal Saturday night, but there is something pure about this video where it seems like everyone is just having fun. You can tell that YouTube really put effort into this one, and cringy or not, it is a pretty accurate representation of the internet in 2012. It feels like everyone fully embraces that YouTube and internet culture that was just beginning to form. Without a doubt, this is the year YouTube Rewind established itself as the huge series it is today. After the success of 2012, it was clear that YouTube only wanted to keep making Rewind bigger, better, and talk showier. They did accomplish their goal of making an even bigger Rewind, and as much as I don't like remembering What Does the Fox Say in the Harlem Shake, I'm inclined to say that this is one of, if not the best Rewind out there. Instead of just featuring a few of the year's best videos and biggest YouTubers, this thing was chock full of references from start to finish that were kinda fun to recognize, and Annoying Orange is back everyone, 2 years in a row, let's go! It also obviously has higher production value, and I even think they started to get a better grip on what people wanted to see and were able to make it just a tad less cringy. Of course, they did start including lots of late night talk show hosts and bigger name celebrities, which was a bit controversial because they are not real YouTubers, but personally I never really had a problem with people like Jimmy Fallon being in Rewind, as long as the spotlight is still on more of the independent creators. And in 2013, I thought YouTube did a good job expanding and making the biggest Rewind yet, while still primarily showing love for the original creators that really make YouTube YouTube. Like Annoying Orange. Most importantly of all though, that sense of unbridled fun is still there. The whole video just exudes a love for everything the internet had become at that point, and that's what made these early Rewinds so special. Hey, remember when I said 2013 was the best Rewind? 2014 was better. I remember this Rewind more than any other, and I think part of that is because this was the first year that I was actively excited for Rewind. It's a bit crazy for me to think about how I was genuinely looking forward to what could be considered just a stupid YouTube video, but I guess young me enjoyed Rewind 2012 and 2013 and wanted more, and I was not disappointed. YouTube continued their quest to make Rewind a big hog of a video, so they made it longer, filled it with more music, more references, and of course, more YouTubers. Personally, Personally, I think this is the year where YouTube really struck the right balance of making Rewind a massive video without feeling like they were just forcing things in there. Like, there were so many recognizable names and faces in there that the video just had tons of fun and surprising moments of recognition. Somehow, it felt rewarding to see people you like and videos you know make it into the final cut, rather than just having a few moments of, "Oh hey, it's annoying orange." And on top of that, the video still managed to feel human, despite throwing all these famous people and trends in there. We got fun moments of Frozen, Flappy Bird, people dancing in the street, throwing water at each other, and even a little how it should have ended Easter egg after the credits. This is cute, do more things like this, YouTube. Did the Ice Bucket Challenge segment go on too long? But it was one of the most significant trends of the year, and they used it to include a lot of notable people, so I didn't really mind. There is one thing that disappointed 14-year-old me, and that is that 2013 Rewind ended with PewDiePie burying the rewind button at the beach, but 2014 didn't start with someone digging it up. I can't explain why I thought that would be so cool, but I wanted it to happen so bad. It's been 5 years, I'm not over it. Overall, I really think this is the best Rewind though. It took the same approach as the previous two, retaining that celebratory feeling and sense of community, but gave us more YouTubers, more trends, and trimmed those awkward moments so that, amazingly, this became the only Rewind I can still watch today without needing Advil. 2015 brought us another solid Rewind, but there's something I've been needing to say for 4 years now, and I just can't hide it anymore. There is too much nay-naying. I thought using the Love Has No Labels skeleton to transition between scenes was clever, and also YouTube made it clear that they wanted to make this the most international Rewind ever, which they pulled off pretty smoothly. I mean, we got representation from Chile, England, Japan, gamers, what more could you want? As expected by this point, there were more YouTubers than the previous year, and oh look, Ray William Johnson! Seeing as this was YouTube's 10th anniversary, they decided to do a flashback through all of YouTube history, and while it did distract from some of the more modern stuff, we got enough 2015 specific memes to make it feel like a proper 2015 Rewind. So all in all, while this might not be the most memorable Rewind, it was a successful follow-up to 2014 that continued to build upon what was now a really strong Rewind formula. Remember when The Rock became a YouTuber? 2016 Rewind remembers. This is the first Rewind that started to generate some significant backlash, but it was nowhere near what we would see in coming years, and in my opinion, it was still a good Rewind. It had its fair share of uncomfortable, damn Daniel type moments, and it was weird to represent the gaming community with, this? But from dabbing to Stranger Things to Pen Pineapple Apple Pen to Pokemon Go, they encapsulated 2016 pretty well. The decline may have just been beginning to start, but this is still an enjoyable video. 2017. God, I wish they'd just nay-nayed. Rewind 2017 wasn't completely terrible, but there are several problems with it. One of those problems is that YouTube had set themselves up to just keep making Rewind bigger and bigger and bigger every year, but by this point there was just no bigger they could go, so when they had to start leaving things out, it felt pretty disappointing. But more importantly than that, I think where YouTube really went wrong here is just in what they chose to spotlight. There were a few good moments in there, like this little showcase they gave to the animators, and yeah, that's it. But overall, the video focused on a lot of stuff that just didn't really feel that important. Like people getting hit by snow, a graveyard of dead memes, throwing paint at each other. These are not the things I associate with 2017. And when the climax of the video is a bunch of people literally holding hands and standing together, it begins to feel less like a celebration of the YouTube community and more like a corporate advertisement meant to sell the platform to advertisers. So Rewind 2018. It was pretty good. If you were on the internet at all in December 2018, you don't need me to tell you about everything wrong with this video, but a quick recap, if I may. All of it, it's all bad. Honestly, the series completely loses its charm in this video. Instead of a compilation of breakthrough YouTubers, popular music, and slightly outdated memes, we get Will Smith and moments like this.
There's one thing this video needs. K-pop!
The entire vibe of the video shifts from a celebration of internet culture to what feels like YouTube patting themselves on the back by making YouTubers talk about nice things that have happened. So it is no surprise that this video didn't fare well, and this insane amount of dislikes probably won't be surpassed for a while. So that brings us to 2019. You've probably watched it. You're 5 minutes closer to death now. It's boring. It is literally just a few top 10 lists. It is the safest thing YouTube could have possibly done, and it is extremely boring. No more big budget, no more featured creators, even the cringy jokes are all gone, and I miss them dearly. The video is presented in the format of a high school stats project and is just plain forgettable. I understand that YouTube was scared after what happened last year, but it really is a shame to see what was once a unique tradition that people strive to be a part of now become a glorified Watch Mojo video. What made Rewind great was that it was a celebration of all things internet. As cringe-inducing as some of the jokes may have been, it was exciting to see our favorite YouTubers combined with breakthrough creators, the year's top songs, memes, and challenges jumbled all together into an absolute mess of pure internet. As old as YouTube is, I think the early 2010s was really when a culture began to form around online content and all of its creators. And as much as I try not to get too nostalgic for the era of Gangnam Style and What Does the Fox Say, watching these memorials to an important era in internet history feels a little bit special. Although the tradition may have been tarnished by a corporation losing touch with its users and playing it safe, I'm glad that, at least for a little while, YouTube Rewind was something truly memorable. Well, it was nice to reflect on something that I feel is an important piece of internet culture, but I think I've had my fill of unnecessary crossovers for now. Right, Vladimir Putin?